It's been, well, an interesting process. He's been called a lot, a little cocky, a little arrogant, a little too intellectual, and now he's being called, wait for it, everyone, a millennial. Former UCLA coach Jim Mora, Jr., who coached Rosen for 3 years, had this to say about his former quarterback, quote, "He needs to be challenged intellectually so he doesn't get bored. He is a millennial. He wants to know why. Millennials, once they know why, they're good." Rosen tweeted this out. Why? Shrug emoji, hashtag why. CC, what did you make of Jim Mora's comments? And seeing what Josh Rosen tweeted, do you still think they're on the same page with what the ulterior motive might have been?
I'm going backwards order. The Josh Rosen tweet, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't draw a conclusion from that. What I'm going to tell you with Mora, Mora's been around the NFL too long. Former NFL coach, son of an NFL head coach. I believe that he is part of the group that does not want Josh in Cleveland. That, to me, that's why these comments came out. It was rumored that during the season, Josh said that he didn't want to be in Cleveland. He's come out afterwards and said, I didn't say that. I will play anywhere. But you don't get those types of rumors. Typically, there's some smoke there, there's some fire. So I believe that part of Rosen's decision to come out, part of that group was the head coach. No one in Josh's group has more experience than Jim Mora does as far as the NFL. So I'm sure the kid went to him as a resource. As far as, do I decide to come back or do I go into the draft? And in doing that, I believe collectively he's saying, I think you'll be great. I think you're ready for pro football, but I want to avoid Cleveland. So let me put some comments out there so you don't get criticized. To me, that's why they makes a comment like this, because he also went on to say that Josh is a franchise quarterback, believes he's going to be great in the NFL, and the thing that was the most alarming was he suggested that Cleveland
should take Darnold. He didn't, suggested. He flat out said it. He said Darnold fit. If I were drafting for Cleveland, I would draft Sam Darnold.
Cleveland don't have a system, though, because when you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a system. So it's not like he's trying to fit, this square into Cleveland square compared to Josh going to another offense that's more fitted to his type. They are trying to get Josh to be able to avoid Cleveland altogether. That's what I believe. I don't have a source, but I've been doing this long enough to know. The draft process, we watch college football, and then as soon as they end their final game, our job as NFL analysts is to tear people down, to say what they can't do. The kid, the phenomenal story from UCF, Shaq Griffin. You know what people are saying now? Oh, the kid's got one arm. They've been playing with one arm since he was 4 years old. So now all of a sudden all the NFL experts are, the guy he got one arm.
He's got one arm.
That's what he's been playing with the whole time.
That's all he knows.
But that was good enough for his tape, good enough for him to be Defensive Player of the Year in his conference. Yes, but this is what we do. Right. His 40 time. Oh, he's overweight. Oh, he's an intellectual. That's what we do so we can slot him into the draft. It's tear him down. All right, and then once they get drafted, then we'll build them back up. But until the draft, it's a tearing down process.
I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying about what Jim Mora is doing. My question for you is, isn't that a risky gambit? Because if a team doesn't believe what you believe, that Mora and Rosen are in cahoots, couldn't a team like the Giants, who are drafting at number 2, when they're weighing who to take, say, man, this guy's college coach has questions about him. Right.
There wasn't any questions that he brought up in this. He said he had to be challenged. Most smart people, most great athletes, they have to be challenged. So he didn't say anything that was not a trait of a great athlete.
But when you pair it with the previous comment about I wouldn't take him number 1.
I think the Giants are smart enough to know. They've been doing this long enough to be able to read between the lines. He didn't say what when Sanchez was deciding to come out.
When Pete Carroll said he needs to stay, he's not ready.
Kelly at Notre Dame said the quarterback shouldn't come out. Deshaun Kaiser, he shouldn't come out of college. He was not saying the things that those college coaches said about their quarterbacks.
All right, let's break it there. Coming up after the break, is it time to consider Jay Wright in the same conversation as Coach K? That's next on First Take.
Coach J, Coach K.